Yeah, very big welcome to you, my dear Aquarius. Today's the day you are getting the sun and the new moon both in your sign. And we are going to the left, the last time. So here we have the 18th major arcana, the 19th major arcana, and you are the 17th major arcana. And so when we look up at the sky, we see your constellation. Then we see the sun and the moon, right? So they're in this kind of row, and in there you see that you have both in your constellation. And so you are realizing right now that you have the dark and you have the light both in your sign, and you're alone on stage, and this is where you plant a seed and where you liberate things here in the subconscious, right? And so the 18th is always your feelings and your subconscious, the moon, and here this is your beingness, your personality, how you show to the world what you are, and here as a star, that's your soul aspect. And you are understanding that today is a really special day. You can really learn something through all of that. You are ruled by Uranus, and Uranus is the Fool. And you can see how the Fool is going down the rabbit hole right here with the crocodile, the subconscious, learning to take a step, a deep step towards yourself. And that's where the new energy is coming from. That's what Uranus is bringing to us, right? It's bringing new beginnings and, of course, also revolutions. Now, you are, of course, the King of Swords. And in this deck, you have two types of kings. And you have a feminine and a masculine king. You can pick which one is actually working for you. You're the 11th zodiac sign, and in there you understand that the 11th house is connected with the 11, right? Understand that the 11th house is community and technology that is now coming towards us in a very strong way. You are, as an Aquarius, the visionary. You have the new ideas that we need now so that we can evolve to the next level. Back to the last reading where you had Capricorn Sun giving Aquarius Moon the light. Everything is cyclical, so we include what happened there. Know when your feelings are guiding you to be the star that you are. And I looked if there is a recurring card, and there isn't. So we can begin the reading, right? But know that you are now guided to be a star, because that's what you are, right? And the star is here, Apollo, sitting here in front of the Taj Mahal, leading the understanding that the star is really huge. And so the sun is a dwarf star. And so here you see that you're radiating this beautiful energy out into the world through this big star that is now inspiring the sun to even be more of a light. You are, of course, here side plank out from Santolan Asana, right? We stretch one leg, one arm up, and one arm and one leg is down on earth. Again, here the King of Swords is your birthday between January 9th and February 7th. Then is he your court card. If not, look in the description. I have listed all of them below there. And so we can begin the reading. I always begin with the court card, right? We're going like yoga from down up, from the physical body up. And the first card that is coming to you is the Three of Wands, which is the Sun in Aries. The Three of Wands is, I have taken action so I can go out there and expect the adventure. she's holding this ship. She's looking over to the right, but remember, when we become the card, she is looking actually to the left, right? And so you understand that here the 11 zodiac sign as the 11, right? We have the 3rd of November or the 11th of March as a date. Now here, since we have a feminine and a masculine king, we have the 11:11 or 11:11 o'clock, right? 11 o'clock and 11 minutes. So these are the moments when the portals are literally talking to you. Now, what is bringing the Mother Piece Tarot? You're getting the 2 of Pentacles upright, which is Jupiter in Capricorn. So as you can see, on the way out to action, to adventure, you are seeing also here that you get the Jupiter energy that is helping you to expand, to go out there financially, to play, to juggle, to see that money is the worth that you bring to everything. And so the 3 and the 2, of course, is now a 5, and the 5 senses are here to be taken care of. And so take action in the way you are using the money here, right? And you see the snake is creating here a cycle, and she's holding twins, right? And so it's really interesting how you with the hair are learning now to accept that you really want to go out there. Why? Because Pluto has moved into your sign and is going to stay for 20 years. And when Pluto stays for 20 years, it's like a guest that stays 20 years in your home, and you got to take care of it. So then we're going to look into Uranus, the Fool. And you are coming up, the King of Swords. So the King of Swords, again, the 11, right? It's kind of more the masculine aspect of you that is sitting here and is, okay, now what I'm going to do? The 11, there's the 0, there is the Fool. I'm going to go deeper within myself. I'm going to go on an adventure. I'm going to learn what there is to learn about who I am. What is coming from your deck? The Page of Cups. Now, the Page of Cups is really interesting, right? These are the young generation of water signs, which is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And you see this fish, and she's looking at the fish, and she's literally like talking to it. And so here comes a generation that is connected very deeply to their emotions, which you have guarded yourself a little bit. You're here in this like, well, I am guarded, right? You are air in air because all the kings are air. And then, of course, the element air is here. So you are somehow, you know, a little like, okay, what am I going to do with this, right? They're like talking with a fish. I mean, God, I will kill the fish with the sword, right? And eat it. So she's talking to it. So observe how this new generation is actually teaching you something. What is coming from the Mother Piece Tarot? You get the Shaman of Wands. That's the King of Wands, which is your opposite sign. That's when you get your full moon. After this reading, we're not going to read to the left. We're going to read again to the right. We're going to go out there. You're going to go out to Leo, the passion, right? The emotions, the feelings. And so the King of Wands upright is literally saying, well, let's take action, right? You are here and take advantage now of this situation and go and have fun. So the 5, right? And here the 3 is an 8. And the 8 is have the strength that comes out of the 17. The 17 is the star, right? And in there the 8 appears when we calculate it together. And so the 8 is coming to give you the strength to be more sensitive and to learn to open yourself up. What is Leo saying? Leo is bringing you again. Look at you. So here you are, 11, and again an 11, and this is also quite a masculine king. So it's all about discovering yourself on a new level. learning who you can be today, planting a seed in the new moon, right? And seeing how that seed is growing into the full moon in 6 months. Here it is. And you will be a new king. You will be a little bit more gentler. You have wings. Here you are very like guarded. But here you are like, okay, here this is a young boy. Here you have matured. And here Leo is helping you to do so. Then what is again here the King of Swords saying, and the Ace of Wands is coming. And the Ace of Wands is that wand which the Leo has in his hand, right? So learn, understand that things can blossom by learning. And you see here a 1-1-1 portal, right? Here the 8, and here again the 11. So right now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wands. And these 5 wands are literally saying, well, use the 5 elements which the Leo energy is bringing you, because it's the 5th zodiac sign. Use what you can use to take action out in this world, right? You got the Ace of Wands. You got that one action that says, well, go out there. But with 3 more, you see that you get now 4 wands, and 4 wands is celebration, is celebrating who you have become, how you have changed, right? And so there is a very beautiful message coming through here already. But also recognize here Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Those are the water signs. Those are the signs that can help you to open yourself up and be more of a wise personality, because the emotions are clear, right? She's talking to a fish. Then we look at the moon, and the moon is bringing you the horned cactus, the resourcefulness, the 29. And so in the subconscious, now you're going to see through the dark, dark moon. We don't see it, right? It's like no one knows today that there's a new moon unless you tell them, oh, there's a new moon. And so you see that there is sometimes something emerging out of the deep subconscious. The 2 is the duality, the 9 is the completion together, and 11 comes here again. Then you have here the 11, and again you have here the 11, right? So you have 4 times the 1, 5 times the 1, 6, 7 times the 1. The 7 is the emotional intelligence, to know that here this horned cactus is bringing you something. The moon, the subconscious, is letting you know, look deeper. Now, what is coming from your deck? The 3 of Swords. So I think you have been hurt, right? Because the 3 of Swords, that's Saturn in Libra, and Saturn in Libra is the world, right? The world is in pain, and you see how 3 arrows are pointing at the center of this vulnerable rose, and you see that now here the 11 and the 3 clearly creates a moment of understanding. Oh, well, I have been hurt, right? Find the resources that you can overcome this painful situation. And so the 18 turns into a 9. This is a 9-11. And so here is a very hurt person, right? And of course the date, the 9-11, could be where you hurt a person or the person hurt you. And so here the 3 and the 9 creates the 12, right? The 11th of December could be a date here as well, where you can see something talking to you. Now the 12 turns into a 3 again, so the 3 is left. Recognize the 3 of Swords, right? Because you have the 3 of Wands. Take action to overcome these 3 painful errors that are stuck in your heart, but they're stuck in your mind because they are errors. Then, of course, I want to see what is the Mother Peace Tarot bringing. And the Mother Peace Star is bringing you death, Scorpio, facing down. And facing down, it's over. Something is over, right? What I usually recognize when the round cards are reversed, it's really interesting because I have no control over them. That's why I like to use them, right? And so you see here the death goddess places bones at the base of a birch tree. Carefully, she puts the body in the shape of a fetus in a womb. Soon she will be ready for new life. The old one is over. Leaves fall to cover the bones. A copperhead snake arrives to shed its skin. The snake turns around to watch itself change. There is still some shedding left, even though the old body is already dead. Now we're entering today the year of the snake. Now in reverse, it's saying death is slow or unconscious. She holds onto a dead form and may not be ready to let go. She may feel numb or stuck. And I think this is what's happening here. So here comes a cactus. This also looks like thorns from the cactus. And now you get here Scorpio. So you have the 11 and the 3. All together we get the 14 here. The 5 is left. The 13, when we calculate together, we get the 4. So the 5 and the 4 is a 9. And so the 9 is the completion. What is Scorpio bringing to you? The Father of Swords, which is you again. So you coming up through 3 different decks, right? You're coming up through Uranus, which is the Visconti Sforza Tarot. I have listed them all down below. So this is the 15th century. You used to be very guarded, right? Then you coming up through Leo. Leo brought you here as a more modern version of the King of Swords, more mature, more understanding. And now through Scorpio, you are becoming Re. And Re is an Egyptian god, the sun god. Look at him. He again has a snake curling around this red ball, right? And you know that the snake has come here to through the 2 of Pentacles, and the snake has come here. And so you understand that something profound is coming here. You're shedding something. And so now you have 9 times the 1. You had 7. 7 is the emotional intelligence. Now you have 9 times the 1. You are getting to a place where you are really liberating yourself in a very profound way. Now, what is he bringing to you? The 2 of Wands. What's interesting, you have the Ace of Wands, then you have now the 2 of Wands, and you have the 3 of Wands. Altogether, you have 6 Wands. 6 is self-love. Take action in loving yourself, looking up at the moon, at the full moon. That's what you get in 6 months. And Leo is here to give you the light for that full moon, right? And that's when you are emerging, and that's when you know that what you have learned has brought you this beautiful flower. And so now you get the 2 of Wands, and you see that you are learning and that you are partaking in a shift of consciousness, right? That you coming from this painful situation, shedding, you coming out again, and then again here the 2. And so see what's happening. Observe, right? This is really powerful because this is Mars in Aries, right? This was the Sun in Aries. And so here, this is just simply the divine spark that you're getting in learning what you're learning. And then you can dream about it and go out there and say, well, that's what I want to do. And then you expect the ships to come in, and maybe you want to sail, maybe you want to go on the ocean, right? Maybe you're dreaming of something that a lot of people have given up to dream about. And so here you are coming up again, and it's really amazing. I'm just going to show you. You have come up like this, you have come up like this, and here is your evolution. Look at that. A young boy, then you have become here like an older man, knowing what to do, and now you have become a god, right? God of Re. And so check what God Re has done in Egypt, right? It's so powerful to see that you are shifting profoundly right now, because Pluto is in Aquarius, and Pluto is going to bring powerful energies to you. Great. Now we're going to look at the sun. What is the sun wanting to tell you? The sun also being in your sign, right? And so, again, remember, here the sun is a dwarf star, but you are a big star. So you are out there and giving the sun now the push. And the first thing that is coming is the magic, the number 43. In between your two palms, you hold the magic. The 4 is the masculine, is the emperor. The 3 is the empress, is the feminine. And that's exactly what you are, right? You have in this deck a masculine and a feminine king. And here is the magic. Here lies the understanding that you can incorporate the masculine and the feminine, because the star is neutral. What is coming from your deck? The 10 of Pentacles, Mercury in Virgo. So here comes a lot of money. Either you get that money through inheritance, right? Or you made a lot of money and now you can become here someone that is really using the money for good things. The 10 and the 7, that's the 17. That's you. That's the stardom, right? Stardom through a spiritual understanding of yourself creates stardom in any field, whatever field you want to be a star in, right? And then the 8 comes out of that, right? The 17, when we calculate it together, the 8 is left. So here the 19, the 10 and the 8, that's the 18. That's the moon. That's the subconscious coming out, right? And teaching you about your feelings. There are no cups here yet. The only cups we have are the 3 zodiac signs, right? And so understand that the young generation is speaking to the fish, right? And so the 10 and the 8 is the 18, the 9 is left. What is coming through the Mother Peace Tarot? The 5 of Pentacles, Mercury in Taurus. Now we have Mercury here in Virgo, Mercury in Taurus. So as soon as you have maybe a lot of money, you can also lose it, because the 10 and the 5 is the 15. That's Capricorn. And Capricorn back then said, know when your feelings are guiding you to be the star that you are. And it looks like that you become the star that you are, because you have evolved from this young boy into an older man that knows what he's doing, into a god. Look at that. I mean, it's crazy. It's really like, wow, so beautiful. And so the 15 is again the 6, the self-love. In that self-love, you understand very clearly, here I am taking care of myself, because the 7 and the 6 is again the 13. Here, the 13 that brought you here, Re, right? The God that you are, right, in the next 20 years, because Pluto is in your sign, and you're gonna constantly shed, you're gonna constantly let go, you're gonna constantly be facing with your Kundalini, with maybe a sexual transformation, right? Understand that then here the 6 and the 7, the 13, the 4 is left, the 4 and the 10 is the 14, Temperance. And out of the 14 we get the 5. So the 5, the self-worth, has to be experienced again and again through these trials and tribulations. And that's what is talking here. You are learning to be out there, You're learning to know that life is a place that we search for the information, however we do it, right? And you see so beautiful here, she knows in her hair that she has the wisdom, she gained the wisdom. Here she lets it grow out of her sexuality, this flower, by learning. And here she's holding the world and she's looking up at the moon. I mean, it's so beautiful to see that you have 6 wands, right, are coming to teach you something. 6 actions, take actions for self-love, right, is what's talking here. And so the 6 of Wands are connected then with the 6 of Pentacles, because you see that here is again a 6, so you have a 6-6 portal, right? And that 6-6 portal is literally letting you know, well, you understand clearly that self-love is the only thing worth working for in doing simple things. Baking bread, right? When we bake bread, we understand that we are part of a community. And so you have the 11, then again an 11, 4 times, 5 times the 11, 7 times the 11, and 9 times the 11. 9 times the 11 is the completion. In that completion, understand that you are learning to really be this great inspiration to a lot of people now, right? Because you are gonna see that Pluto is 20 years in your life and it's gonna shift and change you, and you are gonna see that life is pushing you to places that you never thought that you could be ready, because the 5 and the 3 is the 8. That's where you're learning the most, right? In the 8, because the 8 is here coming through the 17 to you. The 8 is the Earth star, and then above there is the 9. That's the higher consciousness. That's the completion. And after the 9 comes the 10, and the 10 is a new path that you can take. And so that's when we go in the other direction, right? That's when we go out to the full moon and learn that in the full moon we have achieved the opposite zodiac sign. And here is Leo, the shaman of wands, showing you you can do it. You can shift and change and be someone of really deep significance for all of us. Then I wish you a beautiful ceremony today. Plant that seed. Plant a seed where you know that you can go out there and get whatever it is that you want to get. And of course, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.